Okay, so I want to tell you that I'm little story time. Let's do it. Let's dig in. Let's uh, talk about the story. This is November 1st, 2022, when this happened. Little backstory, real quick. Let me back up. Um, I am a stomach cancer survivor. I am 40 years old. Um, I had stomach cancer for over a year, like 20, the end of 2020, 2021, all 2022. Um, it got, there's this thing where when you're about to exit the world, you kind of know. I've heard that, but I didn't know that unless you're in that situation where your your body is dying, like literally about to leave. Your life force is about to leave. Um, I was there, and one day I woke up, November 1st, 2022. At that time, it anyone that has had can't the C, we'll call it the C, um, knows the excruciating pain and fatigue. There is nothing like it. Nothing. There's, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Uh, there's nothing like it. I mean, you're sick for, I want to say weeks at a time, but I feel like months at a time. And then you might have a spurt of energy to get up and make me a coffee or tea, or maybe grab you a bagel, whatever. Use the bathroom without assistance. Um, it was bad, and I knew that I didn't have much time left. So this particular morning, when I got up, I got up off my bed, which took every ounce just to sit up, and then to crawl from my bedroom door down the hallway to my living room where my son was. Um, he wasn't school age yet, and we never did daycare because I think around the time he was born anyway, which he was born with his issues. Um, it was like one daycare after another was on the news for something negligent, and I was just like, we're not doing that. If I got to do third shift, then you do first. That's what we're doing. It is what it is. That's just life. We're not doing that, and that's what we did. Um, I heard him, on his device in the living room. Now, my husband, his father, would prep things for him to grab out of the refrigerator because I was so sick. We kept this private, other than close family, of course. Um, we didn't ask for help. We didn't, it was just us, me and him, and my son. I think he was 3 at the time. And so I just wanted to get up to see him because I can hear his game. So I walked to the living room and I sat down. In order to sit down, I had to brace myself to sit down. Because the pain was just that excruciating. So I'm sitting there and I have my phone in my hand and I just start scrolling. I just wanted to be in his presence, my son's presence. And I'm really, the fog that you get when you are that sick, there is no concentration. So I'm really not looking at nothing. I'm just scrolling. You can't concentrate on anything, on nothing. You can't even retain memory properly from yesterday, let alone, watching something or, whatever you're doing on your phone or TV or whatever. I was just scrolling. And I was feeling my life leave my body. And I stopped scrolling and I had this thought. And I visualized this thought as well, in the same, as I'm thinking it, I think I was thinking it. I'm also visualizing this. I'm like, I can't leave him. I'm not leaving him. I don't care how sick I got and that I saw myself get worse in my mind, and it wasn't something like I intentionally pictured to see. It just, I just saw that in my mind. And I said, even if I get that bad, I'm not leaving. There's no way I can leave him. Who's gonna love him like me? Like, I'm not a helicopter mom, but there might be some wind above his head. I'm just saying. And it just hurt me. It hurt me because I knew that I didn't have much time left. So I, took a breath. I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry. I start scrolling again, and something came on my. It was like an ad, a documentary. You know how you see like Gaia, for stuff like that. It was something like that, and it was about this guy, Marcus something. He was just on a journey. He was on a self-healing journey. He recorded it, 7 days. This was back in 2020 for him. That I think he went to Germany, if I'm not mistaken. And so you had to enter your email address. That's why I remember the date, November 1st, because you have to put your email address, and then they send you the link to watch his documentary. It was free. It was, and I did that. And as I'm watching and listening to him, just kind of talk about his journey and what he's trying to do for himself, my son's game was really loud. It felt like it got louder. That's what it felt like. Excuse me. But, so I was like, let me go back. Plus, I was already out of energy. I was sitting there about 10, 15 minutes, and my energy depleted so quickly, so fast. I needed to lay down, because the back of your head, your neck gets so weak, like you have to lay down. I was like, let me go back in the bed and watch this so I can lay down, because now my energy is depleted. I already used it, whatever I had. So I pause it. I stand up. I brace myself, and then I stand up, and I take a minute, and then I walk down the hall. I sit down, brace myself, sit down, get in the bed, and I'm on my side, obviously, because I can't lay on my stomach. And really, even when I'm on any side, it's hard as well. It's hard to do that too, just because of the pain. And the mass in me was this big. I mean, it was physically visible out of my stomach, especially if I laid like on my side or something. You thought it was like a basketball that I swallowed, that I ate, and it was just in my already fat stomach, but by itself. I'm laying there, and I arrange my phone to press play again. So I press play. Now I'm listening. I'm trying to focus on listening to him. He's in this professionally made dark room, 7 day healing journey. So they have, retreats for this that you do, where the windows are professionally blackened, where there's not even a speck of light that can come in from anywhere, not under the door, not in the room. And this is what he's doing, and this is what he's talking about. And he's out in nature before he goes in. I guess he takes a couple days out in nature there. I'm gonna have to do a part 2, so stick with me.